Hello, Montana. This is Maria Lilrose from Montana Educational Talent Search. I am our college access manager, and normally this time of year we'd be on a bus traveling to lots of fun different campuses to check out what they have to offer. And this year, because of COVID-19, we're doing it virtually. So we're super, super lucky today to have Carroll College with us. So we're going to hear a little bit from them. If you want to put your name, your school, where you're at in the state of Montana into the comments, we'd love that. Make sure you like the post and you share so your friends can check out this college with us. So I'm going to let our representatives from Carroll College introduce themselves. So go right ahead. I think you're still muted, Jamie. Oh, we lost him. Julia, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Julia, and I'm an admission counselor here at Carroll. I just graduated from Carroll in 2020, so a couple months ago. So I'm excited to be able to share my student experience with you guys.
Excellent. And then Jamie should hop back on here shortly. And he is an admissions counselor as well, right?
Yep. Jamie graduated in 2019, so he's been an admission counselor for about a year now. So
awesome. Excellent. So we'll just start with questions for you as a student then, and as an admissions counselor. And oh, there's Jamie. Go ahead, Jamie.
Hey, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm Jamie Severson. I am an admission counselor at Carroll College. I just graduated last year in 2019, so I'm fresh out, but I've been in this job for about a year now. So I work with a lot of students in central Montana, then also southern Idaho and Utah as well. So we get to travel around quite a bit. It's a fun job, but I'm excited to work with you guys today.
Excellent. So our very first question, tell us what makes your school, Carroll College, stand out for prospective students. What's special about Carroll?
Yeah, I think the size is like the main thing that probably stands out. So we have about 1,250 students on campus. So it's on the very small side as far as colleges go. So what you get with that is a lot of like personal connections with professors, friendships that go really deep with your classmates. You get to know them really well. I think in addition to that, we're located in the Rocky Mountains, which is super beautiful. So we have mountains 360 degrees all around campus, which is a great view to look at when you're studying for tests and stuff. And then tons of outdoor recreational opportunities, hiking, biking, swimming, going to the lakes, rafting, all sorts of stuff. So I think that's what really sets Carroll apart on a first glance.
Excellent. So our focus is... Could you mute yourself?
Sorry. Oh, yeah. My bad.
That's all right. So our focus this go around with our virtual tours of the colleges is health occupation degrees. So what are the most popular or the most conferred health occupation degrees that you guys see at Carroll College?
Yeah, so that's actually our most popular programs are all health occupations. So number one, I would say pre-med. So anyone studying on the pre-medical track. I'm not sure what's going on with my lighting. But pre-med is our number one. So about 12% of our students study biology. And that's a really popular major for pre-med. On a national average, it's at 40%. So that's one of the main reasons that's probably one of our top programs. On top of that, I think we have nursing. So we have about 120 nursing students at Carroll. So it's a really popular program. And it's really competitive, but also really high job outlook with nursing students.
Yeah,
and then I think anything pre-professional with health programs. So anything pre-physical therapy, occupational therapy, dentistry, optometry, those are all really popular tracks at Carroll. So that would be the top ones for sure.
Awesome. What about job placement? So like within the first year earning their degree, what's job placement look like?
It kind of depends per major. So a lot of students at Carroll actually go on to graduate school. So that's one thing we do have stats on is our graduate school placement rates. So for example, our chemistry department has 100% acceptance into graduate schools right now. Pre-medical is about 85%. Our anthrozoology program, where students work with animals, equine and canine, dogs and horses, they have 100% acceptance into veterinary school right now.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of the nature of pre-professional programs, is they have to do a little bit more schooling after Carroll. But job placement really differs per program. Just looking and just thinking about the friends that I graduated with last year, I would say about 4 out of 5 of my friends had jobs lined up before they graduated, myself included. So yeah, that's a big emphasis at Carroll, is making sure students are on track for their careers.
Excellent.
That's really good news.
What about first generation college students? What kind of supports does Carroll have for them? A lot of our students will be the first in their families to go to college. And so that's something that they will definitely need support in as they go off to college.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing from the start is financial literacy. So ensuring that first gen college students have the capacity to know, how to pay for loans, how to pay for school, how to apply for scholarships. So Carroll puts an emphasis on first gen students when they do their outreach for financial aid. So they'll actually figure out which students are first generation when they apply. And our financial aid offices reaches out to each student individually that's first gen to kind of help walk them through that process and make sure that they know what they're getting into when they're starting to look at schools. But then once they're on campus, it looks a little different. So then we have peer ministers on every floor of the residence halls, which are upperclassmen that kind of facilitate faith discussion and walk with students throughout the year. And then there's also an RA, or a room advisor. So they're kind of there if you have any sort of emergencies, big and small. Both have a really big emphasis on community at Carroll. So planning programs with the floor, making sure people are doing activities to get to know each other, and then have all the resources that they need to be successful in college.
That's awesome. So is there anything special that our first generation college students may need to know coming to Carroll?
Yeah, I think one thing that they should know is about our Saint Success Center. Just the contacts in that department are really helpful. So there's like a few different departments within the Saint Success Center, but it's all centered around success of our students. So anything that prepares students for getting an internship, getting a job, tutoring services, creating their schedule for classes. That's kind of the hub for students to go to if they need help with anything. I think just knowing that we have a Saint Success Center and that it's available for students to use is really helpful.
Awesome. So in addition to our students being first generation students, a lot of our students are Native American as well. 8 out of our 9 schools are on or near reservations here in Montana. So what does support for Native American students look like at Carroll College?
Yeah, I think the first tier to that would be financial support. And so we actually, we treat each student a little bit differently as far as individual cases of financial aid. And Native American students are one of those situations. So we actually have some incredible donors that sponsor scholarships just for Native American students. So there are some good opportunities for them there. Once they're on campus, again, the peer ministers and resident advisors they're all trained in knowing how to affiliate with each student and make sure people are supported no matter what their background is. So that's always there for students.
That's excellent. What about financial supports available? So you talked a little bit about the financial literacy piece that you guys do in this, your success center that you have, but are there any other financial supports that prospective Carroll students might need to know about coming in?
Yeah, I think a big one is scholarships. So Carroll offers a lot of scholarships for students. And I remember when I was going to college, I was a senior in high school, I Googled Carroll's tuition. And it was really scary because we're a private school and the tuition looks like a lot. And so actually we give very generous financial aid packages. So our average financial aid package per year per student is $28,000. So students are getting pretty generous aid. And that's a few different things. So the first is merit-based. So just looking at how students did in high school, we offer scholarships if they're within a certain GPA range.
Okay.
And then the next would be federal aid with the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. Carroll will actually match a portion of that with certain need-based aid for students as well. So there's lots of resources, and then outside scholarships too. And then when students come to campus, we also have an emergency fund for any students that are going through financial hardship. So if students are finding it hard to pay rent or to pay for food, you just come by the financial aid office, explain the circumstances, and Carroll's there to help those students as well.
That's excellent. So questions from the student perspective now, since both of you have attended and are graduates, what made you choose Carroll in the first place?
When I was looking for colleges, I really wanted to go to school in Montana because I'm from Idaho, so it was close enough to home, but far enough that it was a little different. And I really wanted to go to a small school. I didn't want to be a number when I went to college, and I found a community at Carroll. The Catholic identity was kind of a plus for me, but it wasn't really a deal breaker, but it ended up being a big part of my time at Carroll. And I was also interested in the anthrozoology program, which is really unique to Carroll as well.
So what was the biggest learning curve for you coming to college?
I know one thing for me that was hard was in college, your schedule looks a lot different. So it's really important to work on time management, and you have that independence of being kind of on your own, but that comes with a lot of responsibilities. Instead of going to class all day long, you might have class for an hour and then a couple hours of a break and then a couple hours of class again. So just kind of learning to good with your time and making the best use of your time so you can do fun things later in the day when all your friends are out of class too. And I would just say staying organized was kind of the key with that.
Yeah, for sure. What was your favorite experience while you were in college at Carroll?
Academic wise, probably my favorite experience was through the anthrozoology program. I fostered a dog my junior year, so I had a dog living with me all school year.
That's cool.
I did a lot of training with her.
For college credit.
It was a class, so I got to go to class with my dog. We did training, everything from sitting and staying to finding drugs and doing service dog.
Wow.
So I got to learn a lot through that. And I also got to pick out her family that adopted her.
Very cool.
Doing life sides, there's so much things from the slip and slide on campus. That was one of my favorite things to do, to sledding down Quad Hill. So
yeah, that's awesome. Any advice for incoming high school students as they're preparing to go off to college?
I would say don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. I know it can be really hard, but amazing things can happen when you're willing to give a little courage and talk to someone new or try something new. I'd also say get involved. Find something that you're passionate about, whether it be outdoor activities or a certain major or a service project, or find ways to get involved on campus because that will help you meet people and it'll open a lot of doors for you, whether it be to internships or scholarships or careers or different things like that.
Perfect. Anything else to add, Jamie?
Yeah, I really like what she said about taking risks. I think taking a leap of faith is pretty challenging when you're 18 and graduating high school. So don't be afraid to do what you're passionate about, do what you love, make the leap, and it'll be worth it.
Excellent. So to our viewers out there, if you have any questions, you can type them into the comments and we will answer them. Make sure you like and share. And if you're catching this on the replay, then in the comments you can put #replay so we can make sure that you get your information that you need. And then in the description box for this video, there should be links to if you want more information about Carroll and if you want to see what the campus looks like. So you can click on those links to learn more. So if we have any questions, we'll put those up. and then we'll go from there. So we'll just wait a second and see if any kind of questions pop up here, because sometimes it takes people a minute to type. Doesn't look like it yet. So we'll just wrap it up then. If you do think of questions after this is ended, you can put hashtag replay in the comments and put your question there, and we'll make sure that those questions get answered either by us here at Talent Search, or we'll connect you with Carroll College so they can answer those questions too. So if you think of something as you're watching the replay, just let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for joining us, all you viewers out there, and thanks to Julia and Jamie from Carroll College. It was great to see you guys.
Yeah, thanks so much, Maria. Thanks for inviting us to do this.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Absolutely. Have a great day.